Yep.
Still ready.
Yarp.
Alright. So, last we left off, the party had encountered a pretty vast number of blights, having traversed Yesterhill to the location of the Gulthius tree. After dispatching the blights and subsequently burning, destroying, just doing everything they could to ensure that the influence of the tree came to an end in Barovia. They had tracked, presumably, some of the druids or what have you that had conducted the ritual to summon the Tree Blight Winter Splinter. Tracked them back to the large stone circle at the top of the hill. And we had left off with the party attempting to dig up what looked like a hiding place or something of one of these druids, as the figure within came bursting forth screaming. So, as I recall, we had Ron and Yoan digging things up. And Melkar just kind of hanging back, being like, I'm gonna let you guys do the work. Is that about right?
I'm off to the side watching.
Pretty
Waiting.
I was just Eldritch Blasting.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And about how far away would you say you'd be, Eldritch Blasting?
I mean, I'm fairly close. I would say I'm probably 10-foot radius around the around it as I'm just kind of blowing stuff away.
Okay.
I'm by him so that I don't get blown up.
That's reasonable. And then Malkar just kind of hanging back a little bit.
Yeah, I would say I'm within 5 feet of them.
Okay. Alright. So as the figure had come clambering up out of the hole that you were digging up, you had all begun to make some attacks. Let me go ahead and pull up initiative and see how all this stuff goes down. Okay. So, first things first, I suppose we can hop over here. So, right off the bat, Ron, as this figure comes clawing its way out of the hole, lets loose with another Eldritch Blast, which does make contact, almost knocking the as yet distinguishable figure beyond basic humanoid features back down into the hole, but does manage to maintain its grasp on the ledge as it pulls itself up. At this point, you hear a large, a deep roar just coming from, right around the area of your peripheral vision. You see roar as a large figure that you had somehow, up to this point, missed, comes barreling down on you and takes a swing on Yoan.
I don't see myself.
I see a circle. I mean, I don't see anyone.
At the bottom, zoom way in.
Yeah, you probably have to
Oh.
zoom way in because it's the scaling is. I basically just screenshotted a portion of the larger map.
Where is it once you zoom in?
Bottom.
Yeah, you guys are in the
middle of
bottom.
circle.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
I just realized that as you guys said something.
Okay.
Yeah, so just for scale, that's the circle you guys had been fighting in before.
Yeah, I knew it was like 200 feet or something.
Yeah. Anyway, this figure is going to come and swing its great axe at Yoan. And that is going to be an 18 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
I'm gonna
so you
cutting
take...
words that.
Okay.
So, and that's just a D. That's a D8 now, I believe, isn't it?
Whatever your inspiration die is.
I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Yep, that is a D8. Damn.
Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Well, I tried.
Alright, so as this figure comes lumbering out and swinging the great axe, Yoan, you take 5 points of slashing damage.
Do you need both hands to cast magic? Both hands for you to cast magic?
No, you only need one, and even then it's only if the spell has
The spell calls for it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. As that wraps up, and you now see this hulking, berserker-like figure standing here, having just dug his axe into Yoan's side. You hear another one come running up. Right there.
No, fuck you!
And take a swing at Malkar. So, Malkar, that is a 24 to hit.
Yes.
And so with another roar, this great axe comes crashing down into Malkar's back, dealing 13 points of slashing damage.
Needed to lose weight anyways.
Alright. That being done, the druid now scrambles up out of the hole, immediately uttering something, and you see, you think her skin begin to turn all wooden looking and kind of gnarly. That's going to do it for the druid's turn. Yoan, what are you doing?
I'm going to attack the guy who attacked me with the spear.
Okay.
I don't have the setting for the D8, so I'm just gonna edit it. Okay.
Oh, also, you can make that attack at advantage.
Ooh.
Because you use reckless attack. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that 25 is going to hit. So upon taking what is in the grand scheme of things not all that heavy a hit from the large figure that came storming towards you, you turn around and just practically run him through. He barely reacts. It seems like this is quite a hardy foe you're facing. Not that your damage isn't doing what you'd expect it to. There's just a lot of damage that has to be done.
You fucking what, mate?
Fun. Okay.
Alright, and that'll do it.
Yeah.
Melkar, what are you doing?
Use my bonus action to recast Shillelagh. And then I will use my attack to hit the guy that hit me.
Alright. So So yeah, you swing with your newly re-enchanted staff and just whack! Smack him square in the jaw. Again, pretty solid impact, but it just seems as though these guys are made of pretty tough stuff. Alright, anything else you'd like to do?
No. Nothing I can do.
Alright. Back to the top with Ron. What are you doing?
Whose keister is looking damaged the most? I don't have health bars.
Oh, you don't?
I can
Okay.
see my own.
Yeah, I can only see mine too.
One moment, please. That. That. How about now?
Yep.
There you
Alright.
go.
I'm going to... I still can't tell.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna look over at the one that's on Melkar. Yeah, I'm gonna viciously mock it. I'm gonna say, "Oi! You! You're so weak, I bet you couldn't lift a pebble."
Okay. Yes, you do seem to have dealt this foe some sort of grievous mental harm.
I grin at Melkar and say, "See, there's more than one way to skin a cat." And with that, I guess that'll... you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and inspire Yoan.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, "Holy shit, Yoan! You're pretty strong. That guy's not as strong." So, awkward phrasing, but it works.
Okay.
Yoan just chooses to stop paying attention to the second part.
Alright.
And then that'll be my turn.
Okay. So the Berserker on Yoan is going to take a swing with the axe. Alright. That's a 17 to hit.
Yeah. Well, it hit last time.
Yeah. Okay. So then that is going to deal 6 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And next is the one on Melkar.
He has disadvantage.
That is a 10 to hit.
That does not.
Hugh.
Alright. So just as this huge blade of the axe just goes swinging by you. Alright. Then that'll bring us to Druid. Who is going to begin putting some distance between you and herself.
Good.
Right about there. And you see a small ball of flame appear in the druid's hand.
Ah, shit.
That's a 7 to hit.
To hit who?
Was gonna be Ron, but now pretty much not anybody. It kind of just fizzles out before reaching the target.
Okay.
Alright. So yeah, that's gonna do it for her turn. Yoan.
I am going to cast this on this guy.
Okay. That is a wisdom saving throw.
Not the one. So -4.
That is a 19.
Oh dear.
What the crap? His wisdom isn't supposed to be that high.
It's not that high. It was a nat 19.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh boy.
Okay.
I was not prepared.
Waste of a turn.
Can you heal yourself?
Next turn.
Oh.
Everything is like an action.
Healing word is not.
Actions.
I don't have healing word.
Sounds like a personal problem.
I don't have the option to have healing word.
Oh.
I cannot have healing word. At least last time I checked, unless I'm checking something wrong. But I'm pretty sure I can't have healing word. So, yeah, I mean, everything else is an action.
Oh. Yep, you're screwed.
Can I try and intimidate the person in front of me? Even though because he was paying too much attention trying to be wise?
Probably not.
Dang it. Okay. Well, yeah, nothing I can do.
Alright. So, that one. Strange that just there. But Melkar, you're up.
I'm just gonna try and smack this guy again. Shillelagh.
I can have healing word. I just decided not to.
Okay. That 24 is definitely gonna find its mark. And so you swing your staff back around and just clock him on the other side. You do hear a bit of a pop as you're pretty sure you've actually dislocated this enemy's jaw. He just kind of grabs one side of it and
Yeah, I'm in deep speech. What the fuck are you, mate? A zombie?
and Yoan, it's at this point that you recognize a number of similarities between these berserker types and the images of Kuvan that you saw upon your whole episode with the spear.
Malkar? And I identified it?
Yeah. Alright. So, that'll bring us back to Ron.
I'm gonna look at this guy, just kind of peek over Melkar's shoulder, and just wild-eyed, I'm just gonna look at him and start whispering at him.
Okay, wisdom save. That is a 14.
Yes, he does not save. All right.
Okay.
That's 3d6.
Alright.
And it has to move directly away from me as fast as it can.
Nice.
So, Melkar, you got free reign to toss some spells now.
Smack it in the keister.
Yeah, as it's turning. Oh! Alright. Unfortunately, the roll is only a 1.
It's
So,
fine. Well, 6 or something like that.
yeah, it's gonna be 6 points of damage as it begins to turn tail and run. You just whack! Pretty much square on the ass. So that is, let me double check this guy's movement. Yeah, okay. Alright. And just turns tail like, hauling ass away.
Um, with that, I already inspired Yoan, so I'm good. With that, I'll just kind of slap Yoan on the back and say, we might want to get out of here. And then I will actually take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I take it, this is the exit, right? Like over here?
Yeah, so that would lead back toward the like where the Gulthius tree just was. We burned it down. The northeastern exit of the circle would lead you back toward the winery.
Right. So redact that. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna go the other way.
All right, Ron, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Oh boy.
All right. So does that end your turn?
It probably shouldn't, but yeah.
Okay. Cool. So then that is going to bring us back to the berserker that is on Yoan.
Do I have any idea that he's, I don't know, part of the spear guys' group?
Do you have any idea that what?
He's part of the spear guys' guys?
It would not be a far reach to make that connection.
When he goes to attack me, can I, like, lift up the spear and point at it and say that I'm your leader, go attack that person, and point towards the druid?
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage.
This is terrifying.
Oh
As
I didn't
Yoan,
get 0!
at least it wasn't 0. As Yoan holds up the spear as though to demonstrate this power that has been bestowed upon him, maybe the guy standing across from you takes it as another aggressive motion or something, because he just immediately swings. Alright. That's a crit.
Why couldn't I have critted then? He gets to crit, I get to crit, right? That's how that works?
Not quite.
I don't believe you.
G is not on our side today.
So, Yoan.
Yeah, I know, I'm dead.
I mean, you're not dead. You're probably unconscious, though. You take 17 points of slashing damage?
Yeah, I'm unconscious.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
G, you pretty good.
Oh shit.
Alright. And then that's going to bring us to the other berserker, who is going to kind of turn around, thinking, what the hell did I just do? And start heading back down this way. At which point, he is going to stoop down and grab the spear that had just been brandished at the other one.
My spear?
Your spear.
How rude. He took my spear.
That's going to be it for him. Alright. And the druid is going to begin kind of circling about there. And you see another small fireball appear in her hand. And as she throws another little fireball at Ron, it fizzles before reaching anywhere close.
I look at her. You need to get some glasses.
Alright. Cool. Yoan. That's save.
Oh!
Alright.
That's two fails.
Two fails.
2 fails.
Oh boy.
Melkar.
You need to do it. My medicine check sucks.
Oh. This is a tough one. I'm gonna have to let the dice decide on this one. Gonna roll a d20. The higher the number, the more evil my decision.
Oh shit.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll do a medicine check on you.
Alright. Hey!
Good one.
Okay. Yoan is stable. So you're frantically like patching him up as these two hulking berserkers are just standing over you.
That takes an action, right? Or is it a bonus?
For something that in depth, it would probably be a full action.
I'm gonna have to do one. 1, 2.
Wait, you're going the wrong way. You're going towards the tree.
Just temporarily.
No.
I want to get out of range of them. I'm going to cast both my Eldritch. Oh no, I can't. Never mind. Okay, moving here for now.
Okay. Let's see. So, at that point, you see a cloaked figure come descending down from the rocks that kind of hem in your position. Starting right about here, practically on top of Yoan.
Oh boy.
Put that there.
Oh boy.
Is it what's his name?
Gonna come running up, hands aglow, and cast Cure Wounds on Yoan.
The badass guy with the silver cane sword.
Maybe. Alright, so Yoan, you have 12 HP.
Woo.
And you awaken to the rather frantic tones of Rictavio, the traveling performer, saying, "You need to get up! We must leave now!"
Oh.
Let's see. On top of that, Tavio is going to use the last of his movement. Come up here. And for the time being, he just stands at the ready, seemingly prepared to protect Yoan as he makes his escape. Alright. Ron, what are you doing?
Well, seeing Octavio join the fray, I'm gonna come over here, stand. Oh, oops, too close. Sorry. There, and I'm gonna say, "Oh, Octavio, how nice of you to join us." Yeah, kill them, and I'm gonna attempt to inspire him by saying that.
Okay.
And then as my action, I'm gonna look at this guy, or which was the one that was hitting. This was the guy that was on Malkar, right?
Sorry, I missed your ping. What?
That was the guy that was on Malkar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at him and say, "You're not strong. Octavio over here could kick your ass any day." And I'm gonna viciously mock him.
All right.
It's for
Right.
whatever reason. I'm clicking it.
It will for 10 more clicks still.
It will. It's gonna spam like a bunch. There we go. That was weird. I was spam clicking it and finally spit out.
Okay. So wisdom save. 13.
Woo!
Okay. So yeah, is just general posture kind of seems to slump a little bit as you seem to have found one of his one of the cracks in his psyche.
All right, that'll end my turn.
All right. That is going to bring us to the berserker closest to Yoan. He's actually going to turn and swing on Rictavio. That is... Wow, Rictavio getting all the shit rolls against him. That's an 11. So he just ducks out of the way. The other one is going to attempt to do the same thing.
With disadvantage.
With disadvantage. And because of that disadvantage, it's a 7.
Oh, vicious mockery.
So Rictavio just coming in like fucking Neo, dodging blows left and right. Not bad for an old man. The druid is going to maintain distance and just keep chucking little fireballs, hoping one of them hits. So the one, probably the easiest shot or easiest target would still be Ron.
Yep.
So, see an attack roll. It's an 8.
Oh!
Just chucks the fireball and fizzles out. The druid just kind of like looks down at her hand and shakes it like ah. All right, Yoan, what are you doing?
I am going to cast this called Thunder Wave.
Ooh.
I'm gonna choose my cube. Oops, I like here. 20 feet, so.
All right, just to verify, because. Oh yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Okay.
It's a 15-foot cube.
Yep, you got it.
It's a cube.
I just saw the line there, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure you do have to be in contact with the cube, but. Okay.
There, it's a cube.
It's a cube. Thank you, Scanlan.
It's a very floppy cube.
Okay, so that is 2 Constitution saves we have coming, right?
Yes.
Okay.
My
No?
lovely 2d8 damage of 5.
Both fail their saves.
Ooh!
Okay, so shove them back 10 feet.
Alright.
Act of opportunity.
Yeah, and they take 5 damage. And anything unsecured gets pushed away too. And it's really loud.
As I just kind of whee. No,
Yeah.
kidding.
What direction am I running?
Well, the southwest is back toward where the Gulthius tree was. The northeast is toward the winery.
To the northeast I go. Which pushing them back probably wasn't as helpful, but I feel like I should have listened. Wait. Can I, as a bonus action, yell at them?
If you just want to yell at them, you can make that a
Yeah.
free action.
And try to intimidate them with my raw power.
Give it a shot. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's not a 5!
You're as intimidating as a golden retriever.
They simultaneously just roar back at you.
I'll roar back.
Sounds like a kitten meowing.
It's basically, yeah.
5, 6.
Okay.
Anyways, I don't, get attacks of opportunity against me from them for pushing.
There is that.
So,
You don't get one against them for knocking them back.
Yeah, we did discuss this, and technically, I believe we did settle on it didn't have to be voluntary movement. So, I would say Yoan was probably a bit busy with the actual casting, but Rictavio could then
attack both of them.
Because he's a badass.
Use flurry of blades.
flurry of blades. Yes. He could quickly draw his silvered short sword out of his cane and just, that is going to hit the one that he was faced up against, so that's another 7 points of damage. The one directly north of Rictavio is actually looking pretty rough.
Oh, is it?
I mean, bear in mind how hefty these guys are, but probably in the 3/4 of the way down stage.
Yep.
All right. So that was pretty eventful. Is that it for Yoan?
Yeah.
All right. Malkar, what are you doing?
Can I still see him from this angle?
See who?
The two guys that we've been attacking.
Yes.
Alright, I will cast Fire Bolt on the one on the left.
Okay. That hits. Hits, and so you just chuck a little fireball. Much to the envy of the druid, you're actually able to hit with yours. And there's just a cry of pain as the berserker.
Alright, I guess I'll move closer now that the situation has gotten better.
Alright.
Hey, Melkar, what's up?
Run, motherfucker! That's it.
Alright. So, then Rictavio, seeing this one in particular kind of on his last legs, is going to make a tactical approach up here. And just with his sword, 2 slashes.
He is inspired, by the way.
Alright. So, what was that inspiration die? A D8?
D8.
Okay. Okay, so with the inspiration, both will now hit, because the first one was going to hit, the second was going to miss. But that is then damage again.
Just like pounces on the thing and just drives his little blade through its throat.
Yeah, so the first one he kind of just swings and takes makes a big gash across the chest, and then the second one just runs him through as the berserker on the left is down. With a quick little flourish, he shakes the blood off the blade and prepares once again to engage in further combat. Ron, what are you doing?
I'm looking at this bitch. I'm gonna point at Malkar and say, "Do you see what he did? Why can't you do that? You're useless. Just go away." And I'm viciously mocking her.
All right. Wisdom save. That's a 6.
I do 6 psychic damage to her, and
Yeah.
probably twice that in actual psyche damage.
All right, and yeah, she certainly that seems to cut her deep.
Alright, I'm just gonna, with that, I'm gonna look at Drictavio and just say, so, we leaving or finishing this guy? And then, not getting an answer immediately, I'm just gonna start running.
All right.
Hide behind Yoan, and that'll end my turn.
Okay. That then will bring us to Berserker, who
He's the
has-
one with a spear, right?
No, the other
No.
one was.
Oh.
Yeah. So the spear is currently. Let me grab a spear. Show you. Or not, because there just aren't spear. There's a spear. Except it's all fucked up because stretching.
That's a very large spear.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna do it.
That works.
Something like that.
There we
let's
go.
say.
That's a spear.
All right. But yeah, so then the Berserker, going to. I guess he's gonna have to go for Rotavio. That. Gonna swing his great axe. That is- Even with advantage, the highest he could roll was a 10.
Of course.
So again, Rotavio making this shit look easy. Whew.
I love Octavio.
All right. Druid then is going to continue trying to keep some distance. So this is getting quite spread out. Right there. And I mean, at this point, she's clearly found a target for her rage. So this is at disadvantage, right?
Yes, it was.
Here we go. Hey, that's a 17.
That will hit. That's with disadvantage?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah, you sucked up 2 good rolls with 1 attack, so it's really still kind of a win.
Yeah.
You take a whopping 2 points of fire damage.
Ooh, okay, so when that hits me, can I act like it really hurt? Just really put off, like, oh, my heart!
Sure.
Alright.
Okay, and that's going to do it for the druid. So, Yoan, what are you doing?
Um. Oh,
Do it.
do what?
I don't know, whatever you're gonna do. Do it.
Attack the druid?
Okay. Have to wait for what?
Oh, I need to make a change to something on my sheet. Sorry. I was just making sure that was right. And gonna thorn whip her.
Okay.
Ouch.
And yeah, that hits no problem. So you just lash out and just whoosh. And yeah, she seems to be in pretty rough shape now as well.
Doesn't she get pulled back 10 feet?
To me.
Yeah.
Fine, I guess. Can you move her right in front of me?
Meaning north or west?
North.
Sure.
Okay.
If she makes that kind of a noise, your tentacles are slurpy. All other tentacles in this are slurpy, so.
Alright. And is that it for Yoan?
Yep.
Okay, Malkar.
Can I see that druid that she just whipped?
I think that's pretty much open area. It's just like rocky floor, so it's.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's more it's more just kind of like uneven terrain. In general, it's safe to assume that you can see pretty much from one side of the circle to the other.
Alright.
You have Smell Sniper anyway, so.
Yeah, I was just making sure there wasn't like debris in the way. Which one looks weaker? That one that's trying to run away, or the one that he's fighting?
The druid by far.
Yeah, the druid looks damn close to dead. The berserker's still got quite a bit of fight in him, it looks like.
Just with the sheer irony of that person constantly missing with the fireballs, I'm gonna sniper. Nope.
So just already loving the irony that you were about to unleash upon the world, you just cast forth your firebolt
And you choke.
and just straight up miss. It's not even close. You miss by a good 10-15 feet.
All a part of my plan.
Due to your suspicious nature, you start thinking that something in the universe is rejecting everyone's fire attacks.
At this
They have
point, I just
learned
start
the
going. Oh, what's the matter, Malkar? You choke?
You're gonna need to roll some psychic damage for Malkar.
No. That was just my reaction seeing that.
Yep. Alright.
Oh, he's gonna come over and shillelagh me. Shillelagh me.
I
Look over. Oh, hi.
used my bonus action to recast the Shillelagh just to keep it up, and I just sitting there kind of like tapping on my other hand.
Yeah, for no real reason. Not like you'll need to bop anything on the head anytime soon. Alright. And that's it for Melkar?
Yeah.
Okay. Rictavio then is going to kind of just maneuver around, not really leaving combat with this guy, but position himself up here, and then make another pair of attacks with his silvered short sword. And unfortunately, this time the berserker seems to be able to block each of his blows.
He's no longer in the sun.
That must be it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Yeah, Octavio's gonna stand his ground. So, Ron, what are you doing?
I'm gonna look over at Malkar and say, this has been a really good bonding experience, but exit stage left.
I'm just kidding.
And being that I'm between them, I'm just gonna go eeny, meeny, miny, no! And I'm going to, look over and cast Eldritch Blast on Shithead over here.
Okay. All right. So then you summon up this blast of energy that just knocks into the chest of this berserker, almost knocking him off balance for a moment. Yeah. Straight dead on in the chest. Just.
Actually, instead of here, I'm gonna do the Eldritch Blast. Can I go here instead?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And with my bonus action, I'm gonna kind of glance over at Rictavio, and then I'm going to kind of nod my head, and then on my turn.
Okay.
If I caught his sight at all, then I will nod my head. If not, I'll just kind of awkwardly stare at him for a minute.
All right. Yeah, he seems a bit wrapped up with the hulking barbarian berserker thing standing in front of him. So.
Fair enough. That's fine. I'll just, yeah, it's fine.
All right. Speaking of said berserker, he is going to swing at Rictavio. Reckless attack.
No disadvantage, unfortunately.
All right. Oh, that's actually pretty close. It does manage to hit him. Finally. And yeah, so the axe kind of cleaves partway into Rictavio's side. He still seems pretty mobile, pretty healthy, but he's at least been nicked this fight. With that, the berserker is going to up here. Kind of just he's gonna stand over the spear.
Son of a bitch!
Being-
I was gonna grab it and run.
Alright, and that's gonna be it for his turn. Then the druid, face up on Yoan.
Still gonna cast at me.
Actually, let's see. I would like Yoan to make a Constitution save. Alright.
Do I need it to be higher? I have an inspiration.
No, it would seem that you've done just fine. But the druid will cast a very familiar spell to you, Yoan, as you've just used it. Thunderwave. In a cube sort of focused on you. But you then take 2d8 half. Alright. You take 5 points damage.
Okay.
And are not bumped back. At that point, then, Druid is going to turn tail and run, so you can take an opportunity attack if you so choose.
Wait, 1 second. I might be able to do something.
Something.
Oh boy.
Can I do this? Let me copy and paste it because it's not a spell card. Absorb elements.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so is there a roll for that then?
It's a reaction.
Oh, right, it's just the automatic halving of the...
It's acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage. Well, I think since I have resistance, I have it halved. It's nothing, right?
No, it would be half of half. You take quarter damage.
So, but I
You're
took
not a
5.
rogue. You don't have evasion.
Yes, it would work out to 2.
Okay. So, and then... Okay. Okay, that's my reaction.
Okay. So then that being the case, the druid gets away scot-free. Oh. 1, 2. Okay. That'll do it for that. Yoan, what are you doing? Uh-huh.
Plenty of range.
Yeah, same here. I'm just sitting here like, she can go to the other side of the circle and I'd be fine.
I'm gonna try and stab her with the spear that I have.
Oh, your normal spear?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, that hits. So, roll your extra.
My extra DC. Ooh.
Oh.
Just enough!
Splat!
So you come charging up behind the druid that's just full on sprinting away now. And just as you think you might be about to lose range or, kind of start, losing ground, you're just able to, with the last two-handed thrust of your spear, just... And you feel her start to keep running, but then there's just this faint little of energy that comes out of your spear and seems to drop her.
Like it took a little tase at the end.
Yeah.
It was like a tase.
All right.
Okay.
And that's it.
Yep.
Malkar.
The berserker behind Ron and Octavio, does that have 3/4 or less cover?
It has less.
Okay. I will attempt to hit it with a firebolt.
Okay.
Damn!
All right.
Malkar making up for some lost ground last turn.
So yeah, you just chuck that firebolt, and it just envelops the berserker. Just you see like skin bubbling and peeling away. All right. Yeah, this guy's starting to look pretty rough as well.
I guess I'm gonna keep on going. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bye.
Deuces.
All right. So, Octavio's like, "Where are you going? We've just about won."
Oh, don't mind them. They do that often.
I was killing something. Thank you very much.
Oh.
Just hear that in the distance.
All right.
My
So,
hearing is impeccable.
yep. So that's 2 more hits from Octavio, just across the chest. Yeah. Berserker is still standing, but not by much. Ron, what are you doing?
I'm gonna look at the berserker and say, "Alright, look. You're surrounded by us. You're the only one left. You probably should just end it quick. Tell you what, kill yourself." Vicious mockery.
All right.
They only save wisdom against me.
And with that, the berserker grabs the blade of its axe, like one hand on each side, and just slits its throat.
Oh! Oh God! Ron's reaction is to take 10 steps back, like, just in pure shock, and just, oh god, I didn't know that would actually work!
For reference, you were totally in the splash zone, so
Oh,
you've
I
got
know
blood
that.
all over you now.
I'm like half amazed and half scared that actually worked. I'm like looking around like, I look back, Melkar, did you fucking see that?
I'm just laughing my ass off.
Oh. Whew. Alright.
I'm also a bit shocked and disgusted.
I'll recover my senses and not realizing I have blood all over my face, walk back up to Octavio and say, should we take that spear?
It's yours, isn't it?
Sure, and I'll pick it up and, like, say, hey, yo, and I'll attempt to, like, I know I'm not going to throw it as far as I should, but I'm going to attempt to throw it to Yoan, or at least in that direction.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
You have a 60.
Alright. So I would say then the spear probably ends up...
It goes 8 squares towards me.
I'd say it probably ends up right about there.
Okay, that's farther than I thought it was going to go. I'll say, you got it right, and then I'll bend down and start looting.
Okay. So as you begin to loot and just kind of go through the remains of the 2 berserkers that fell near you, you really don't find a whole lot. Just excuse me. Tattered loincloths, a couple mangled bits of animal fur here and there, and then 2 large,
Sacks of gold.
quite weathered great axes.
Can I even pick a great axe up?
Pick it up, yes. In a way that would suggest wielding it, that's a bit more debatable.
No. I just was wondering if I could even pick it up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna-
you could probably pick it up.
Alright, I'm gonna pick it up and just for shits and giggles, like, try to swing it awkwardly. Not at anybody, just see if I can actually swing it.
Okay. Go ahead and make another d20 roll for me.
Alright.
I'd say this one probably at disadvantage.
Yep. I'll just do this.
You swing too far and hit Octavio. You're gonna run the shin.
So as you're kind of just swinging it around, you put all of your weight behind this swing and just like, whew, and you realize as the arc of the swing is kind of, reaching sort of maximum distance away from you, there's some pretty serious heft on the other end of this thing, and you're not sure you can really hold it back. As this happens, you kind of find yourself slipping, and the axe just slips out of your hands, almost taking you down to the ground. But you're able to, kind of collect yourself by letting go of the axe, and you just watch it go plant back down into the ground.
Aww.
Well,
In the clay that kind of forms the base of this circle.
I look at Octavio. Well, I'm done. And I'll just...
He's just looking at you with a single raised eyebrow.
I wanted to see if that was a weapon I could use. Turns out I should probably just stick to this, and I hold out my hand cone, or hold up my hand cone.
Yes, probably the fewer sharp edges, the better.
Sure. And then I pull out parchment and scratch off sharpen edges of hand cone. Put it back in my pocket.
Alright.
And I say, okay, well, shall we?
I am looking through the druid's possessions that are on her person.
Okay. mangled clothes, of a gnarled staff. It doesn't seem to be made of Gulfius, like the one that you found back at the winery, or just a standard kind of beat up wooden staff. You do find a smallish coin purse with 27 gold in it. And
I'm looking for spell ingredients. That way I can be lazy and not find my own.
and I was just going to say, you do find a small pouch that seems to contain a number of commonly used casting ingredients.
Yay. Okay.
All right.
During this time, I'm gonna have walked over, picked up the spear, and brought it to Yowen.
Okay.
I want to pick up the battle axe and cast Shillelagh on it.
Can you pick
Thank
it
you.
up? You're welcome.
It turns into a Shillelagh.
As a matter of fact, it doesn't,
Aww.
because it's not a club or quarterstaff.
Oh.
You just cast Shillelagh on it, and just you just see it fizzle.
Mm-hmm.
A bit of smoke rise off the blade.
Do I see any more tracks that may be potted druids?
Potted.
I look at Yowen and say, "I'm dead. I have no more spells."
No, I just want to see if they're here. That way I can know if they leave.
Well, this is probably still within the hour, so go ahead and make a survival check at advantage.
Damn.
Alright, it would appear that there were a few other sets of tracks, but they didn't actually come to rest here. They seem to have gone through the circle and out past to, well, exactly what you're not sure at this point, but you'd be able to follow them if you so chose.
Let's go back. Maybe some other day we try and track down the rest of the druid.
Alright. I look at Rictavio, who I assume him and Malkar have caught up to us as well.
Yeah, most likely.
You're here, right, Malkar?
Sure.
Okay. I look at Rictavio and just say, "What brought you here?"
Well, things got a bit out of hand in Valak, so I decided a change of scenery was probably for the best.
What do we miss in Vallaki?
Well, the festival took place, so to speak. Perhaps not to plan per se. As the burgomaster was about to light the fire thing that they had constructed in the town square, he sort of neglected to account for the fact that it was rather damp out, and it wouldn't exactly light. Some poor fellow made the mistake of laughing at him in a public forum. Let's just say the people seem to have had enough of his snap judgments, and as the individual who was sentenced and nearly executed, there was a bit of an uprising.
Oh boy. Well, are the people we care about okay?
When I left, from what I could tell, the burgomaster was essentially barricaded in his home family. The entire population of the village seems to have turned against him, what was her name? Lady, Lady Vakta having taken up the mantle of leadership.
Lady Vakta.
Be Vakter without the accent.
At
Yes.
this point, I lean over to you and I'm like, she's the lady that supports Strahd.
Oh. I don't know her though, do I?
No, we just talked about her before.
No.
What did we talk?
You might have had a conversation with someone at the Blue Water.
Okay. um. What the heck is the spelling of the city? Wow. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Well, why did you split? You just didn't want to get involved in it?
That battle isn't exactly my own. Well, suffice it to say, I have other things to do here.
Like what?
Where's your tiger? Creature. Is it? He told us it was a tiger.
I thought it was a bear.
Where's your creature? Could have been a wolf. I don't know.
Yeah, it might have been a wolf. I think that was what it was.
A few miles back through the woods at a place I think you know well, the Wizard of Wines.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had happened to be in the neighborhood and, having overheard a bit of what you were discussing at the Blue Water, I figured I could perhaps be of some assistance.
Did you see the big bastard in the woods that we killed?
You mean the, tree creature?
Yeah.
I was wondering if that was you.
Yep. It tried to eat me. Wasn't very fun.
That's why we're so tired.
Yeah. It's just battle after battle after battle.
Well, Barovia is not the most accommodating place.
Yeah, that's for sure. Shall we head back?
Probably should.
I could do with a rest. I'm 100% spent on everything.
I'm up for a rest as well.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you are... Well, what is the plan for this rest? Are you going to try and make it back to the library, or...
Well, yeah, I'm gonna try to go back to the winery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright. So, as you make your way back down the hill, to the side from which you had initially come from the winery, and make your way back along the path through the woods, which, incidentally, you now notice hasn't really regrown much of the rampant foliage that had been kind of constricting it over the last day or so. You follow the wooded path, and as it's getting a bit later in the day, sort of early evening-ish at this point. You do hear a few howls out in the woods. Just, probably a wolf here or there. But you make it back to the winery with no unpleasant encounters, and are promptly greeted by the Mardukov family once again, and they are happy to provide room and board again, should you choose to stay with them for the evening.
Yeah.
Indeed, I do.
Okay.
I want to catch Ed Man.
Davian?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, him. Gosh, I'm terrible at this. What transpired in the second half?
Okay. The whole Gultius tree thing seems a bit outside of his realm, but he's certainly happy to hear that you killed off a few more of the creatures and druids that had been plaguing the winery.
I'm actually gonna find him as well.
Okay.
I guess with Yoan. And as soon as Yoan mentions that, or starts talking about it, I'm gonna pull out the. What did I get? The 3 sticks of the plant, or the tree that I got that I knocked off when it was alive. And I'm gonna hand it to him and say, here, if you make these into staves, and then break them, it'll kill any of those little creatures that within a certain distance. So.
All right. He takes them, kind of giving you a suspicious look. Just sort of like, are you sure?
I wouldn't rely on it, but it's worth a shot. I don't know.
All right.
It happened once before, so.
Okay. He seems a bit hesitant, but certainly is more than happy to take anything that might give him the opportunity to fend off those creatures again.
Okay.
And yeah, he thanks you and thanks Yoan, and I don't know if he actually sees Melkar at all, but he just in general he's a gracious host. And before seeing you off to bed, he does bring up the fact that well, he recognizes that they've been getting quite behind on the shipment, and he actually has a number of them that past due, and was wondering if you had heard anything from the other kind of bastions of civilization in Barovia about their needs and just the general situation with regards to wine, since they seem to be the only ones capable of meeting the need.
We need a lot in Valake. There should be a show going on there at some point, but we're gonna need a lot. I know your face, so I can keep in touch.
Alright. He doesn't really seem to know what that last part was all about, but
I waggle my fingers and just have little prestidigitation, little sparks, so he knows.
just kind of this wide-eyed. Oh.
On the way back, before we got there, I told Ron that he might want to clean up his face.
Oh, prestidigitation, clean up my face.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So yeah, Davian is okay with that. Still doesn't really seem particularly comfortable with the whole magic.
Well, in that case, I will cast message and just say to his mind, if you hear me talk to you like this, it's a magic spell.
He just kind of nods.
And then I said it again, or send another one and say, you can respond to me.
He hesitates, and almost as though he's like trying to figure out how to do it. Can you hear me?
I'll cast again. Yes, I can. But you only get one response.
I see. Very well.
I'll just talk to him from here on out.
Alright.
So yeah, you get the idea, but I figured I'd give you a heads up on what it is that I actually would be doing. It's very similar to that, it just lets me do it at a longer distance.
Okay. He still seems a bit wary of it, but you know,
Yeah, you'll be fine.
if it helps, yeah, if it helps business, he's certainly willing to give it a shot.
I'll be in touch with you, though, about the count of how much we will need.
He just kind of gives you a nod, and all right, well, don't let me keep you up. You've had a long couple of days.
Yeah, it's longer. It's gonna be longer still.
I am going to try and find drink it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and make an investigation.
Yoan felt pretty close today to dying, and that he was safe from the brink of it, and he's kind of scared about it. Why not find a bottle of
So you find the vats of wine. Well, correction. You find some barrels of wine. You find vats that have been marked off as non-drinkable, as you may remember why. But there are a few barrels about. Probably with a little bit of work, you could get yourself some wine.
I put in that work.
Okay.
Wait. Can I use my inspiration? Does that count in human time?
That probably would have worn off, because it's
Yeah.
only 10 minutes.
Human time.
In the
It would
meantime...
seem- Yep.
Oh, I just want to go over... Same door I did it before on. I'm going to cast Ron's Tiny Hut as a ritual.
Okay. Cool. So then you kind of set up in the middle of the bay door.
Yep.
And crash there for the evening then,
I'd
huh?
assume the bed and stuff's still there, right? Like nobody took it back.
Yeah, I don't think they would have any
Okay.
reason to.
Okay, so I'll just stay there.
I'll bring you some wine.
Cool. And I'm going to... Is Malkar nearby?
Did you come get me before casting Tiny Hut?
Well, I would assume... Yeah, I mean, I would assume I mentioned to both of you that, hey, I'm going to throw my dome up again.
Alright, then I'm there, underneath it.
Alright. Hey, Malkar, can I see the little pearl real quick that I gave you? And I want to cast Identify on these pink potion vials that I have as a ritual.
Okay.
Do you have the ability to ritual cast?
Oh, you know what? Never mind. Sorry, I don't have that prepared. Hey, Malkar, can you identify these for me as a ritual?
Well, yeah, weren't we? Wasn't it already planned before that I was going to do that, but we just got busy?
Sure. That works, yeah.
Alright. So yeah, upon performing the ritual to identify the potion, you do gather that they are potions of healing.
Oh! Okay. Well,
You don't know.
who wants one? I'll give one to Malkar.
Melkar wants all of them.
No, they're yours.
No, you can have one. Hey, Yoan, did you want one?
I should be good. You keep it.
Okay. So me and Melkar both have a healing potion now.
Woo!
Sweet. So, what's with those guys wanting your spear, Yoan?
Well, it's originally a, berserker's spear, so
Right, but where did those assholes come from?
would I know anything about where they came from?
Not really. As a matter of fact, none of you seem to be perceptive enough to even notice where they came from.
I just thought the druid might have somehow summoned something. Knew them.
There's nothing in the magic of your weapon or anything that causes them to attack, is there?
Not that I know of. I mean, Malkar identified it.
I never got any of that information.
Okay. Well, I just want to be sure we're not going to wake up and have a couple berserkers standing outside my bubble.
Reading book.
Okay.
Smoking smoke leaf or whatever the fuck it is. Blackgrass. That one.
Also smoking blackgrass.
Box in the hut.
Hot box in the hut.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do before bedtime?
Nope. I sleep for an hour, or I read for an hour and a half.
Okay.
At some point, I go find a comfy bed.
All right. And yeah, Rictavio has seemingly found shelter inside as well.
Oh, I invited
Uh,
Rictavio in to smoke as well.
Into
Into the globe and into smoke as well.
Okay. Fair enough. So yeah, we're talking some pretty close quarters here, but
Yeah.
you know.
Well, my thing says you can fit 9.
Yeah.
9 creatures can fit
A
inside.
10-foot radius. 20 feet.
Yeah. That's not too bad. Okay. So. That's it?
Yep. And for flavor, can I have it doing rainbow colors on the outside?
Sure.
Like it's just strobing through all the colors.
Basically, yeah, like a ripple effect. Kind of like my keyboard. Just a ripple effect of just constantly changing colors.
Alright. And so, in your various states of inebriation, intoxication, all of the above, you all eventually drift off to sleep and manage to complete a nice, uneventful long rest. Let's take a break there for a minute so I can let Sadie out.
Hooray! I'll get all my spells back. And my HP and my hit die. Oh, I'm complete. I literally just went from nothing to everything. We don't level up, do we?
You do not level up yet. And remember, you only get half your hit dice back on a long rest.
Yeah, I only had half missing.
Okay.
You know that one hit
Which hit?
was 17? I had 16 points of health. I had the 7 extra.
Oh,
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Alright. I will be back in a bit. Let her out.
Huh.